Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm using my webcam mic as usual, but I'm using my usual Blue Yeti microphone, and I'm trying out some new settings, so we're gonna hope it works right. Looks like it's picking me up, but just not as, I go back at, anyways. So, Nintendo has done it again. September 13th, Direct, baby! We eating good on my birthday, that's all I'm saying. Nintendo did this back in 2017 and in 2018. So I mean, I've been eating good for the past 5 years. I mean, we're cheering. Fun fact too: Super Mario Brothers came out on my birthday in Japan, and I believe it's 85. Is it 85? I think it's 85 because 2020 was the 35th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. The first episode of Scooby-Doo aired on my birthday. I forget what year, but it aired on my birthday. Yeah, so just a number of cool things. I turned 13 in 2013 on Friday the 13th. So I love my birthday. My birthday is a really niche birthday to have, but I really like it. So yeah, we got another Direct on my birthday. We eating good, that's all I'm saying. So we're just gonna talk about the Direct, some things I really liked in it and whatnot, of course, because it's birthday present, so whatever. So here we have The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. So after waiting years, we finally have a proper name for the Breath of the Wild sequel, and it's Tears of the Kingdom. Kind of sad timing, of course, because of the Queen's passing over in the UK, with having a title like this, but still really cool to have, the subtitle to the Breath of the Wild sequel. Tears of the Kingdom is a really interesting, name. It's implying that, of course, Hyrule is in despair, it's crying over something, and yada yada yada. What another symbolism that I kind of thought of, too. What's going on here? We'll get rid of that. Okay. I had 2 recordings up. But anyways, what it does imply, is that the kingdom is in despair and is crying and yada yada yada. But what I thought was cool too is that, so Tears of the Kingdom. So if you imagine the kingdom itself, right? Anthropomorphize it, whatever the word is. If it cries, like the pieces are coming off of the kingdom's face, well, pieces of land just leaving doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So they're tearing off. The individual islands are the tears, which I thought was cool. They're coming off of the kingdom, like the kingdom is crying upside down. It's like how rain cries, right? But it's the earth, it's the kingdom that's crying. So the tears are leaving and they're going upwards. So I thought of that. That's probably stupid, but I like that. It looks cool. We got a new trailer featuring gameplay. Ooh, I haven't seen that. I saw the brief 30-second thing of him running. So we can look at that. Fire Emblem Engage brings back fan favorite characters, Marth and, Celica. We get a new look at the game's protagonist. The Divine Edition of the game hits on Switch January 20th. This looks cool. This kind of, I guess it's going to have older characters. So I don't really know why they're all coming back. If this is a Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero type deal, where all the characters come back or whatever. Kind of like a MOBA game, but obviously this is story driven. So, I don't know. But it looked cool. It did look cool. I'm not super into tactical RPGs. I've only played... The only one that I played all the way through was Awakening, and I really liked it. But I tried out Triangle Strategy, didn't really care for it. I really want to try Pokemon Conquest. I've heard that game's story is really good, and it's worth getting into. It's got a pretty hard difficulty curve, but it's good, is what I've heard. Pikmin 4! Pikmin 4 exists! They were, teasing us with that little, when they were here's the mobile game, and then they spent, 5 minutes, 6 minutes on the mobile game, and then they finally showed us Pikmin 4. I don't care for Pikmin. I don't really care for Pikmin. But 2015, Miyamoto, I believe, said, or maybe it was Iwata, said, yeah, the game's almost finished, and 7 years ago, we finally got this, and it's hitting next year. So happy about that. GoldenEye and other classics, of course, are coming back on the N64 thing, so we got this. Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Boom! Real good. Real good. Octopath Traveler 2, baby! We got the prequel, the mobile game, Champions of the Continent. And I made a partial review for that. I made a review basically talking about the things to know and yada yada yada. But I didn't make a review about like the specific story stuff. So I'm gonna work on that and do that. The game is getting more content. Champions of the Continent is. But I just haven't been keeping up with it because of school and work and stuff. But so for that video, I'm going to talk about the main story. But anyways, yeah, we got a sequel. We'll feature all new cast of characters. And it's a new land too. It's not Orstera or whatever. This is Celestia. So during a new era and period of time. This is like Middle Ages, from what I could gather from the trailer. So we're going to look at that and we're going to talk about that. Golf comes to Nintendo Sports and it's going to have some of the Wii golf courses. Theater Rhythm Final Bar is pretty cool. It's got Octopath Traveler, Live a Live, Saga, and Nier. Not a whole lot of Kingdom Hearts is still missing here. I know that Kingdom Hearts might have some songs in Theater Rhythm, but I mean, like, there's so much there. Mario Kart's third wave is going to be hitting this winter. I really hope it's before my semester ends, because my roommate is like my best friend, and we love playing Mario Kart together. But he graduates at the end of the semester, so I really hope the DLC comes out before the end of the semester. That way we can finally play Wave 3 DLC. But yeah, it's got Merry Mountain. It also has Peach Garden, which looks fantastic. We've been playing the Wii Mario Kart a lot recently, and so Peach's Garden is a course on there, and I'm just, playing through it, and it's like, okay, a lot of this looks kind of bland, but no, they're remodeling, remastering, whatever. It looked like some elements from Mario Kart 8 were actually in the Peach's Garden on this DLC, so that looks fantastic. I'm very happy about that. Looking forward to the other courses that are coming, but we saw those 3. Resident Evil stuff, cloud versions suck. That really is unfortunate. I don't really care about that, though. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Very weird. This wasn't the Kirby game. I mean, like, Kirby is kind of like Pokemon, in the sense of you get a game, whether it's a spin-off, whether it's a main title, whatever. You get a game about every year. If they're really small spin-off games, like they were doing between, like, 2013 and, like, 2017, you might get 2 or 3 a year, just because they're so small. So I was expecting, like Forgotten Land stuff, like either or not a remake, either DLC or updates to Forgotten Land, or a sequel or something, right? I wasn't expecting a remake of a 2011 game. Like, it's barely 10 years old, and yeah, it's just weird. But it comes out next year. DDD, they're using the new design for DDD, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But it's got a new power-up and stuff, too, so... I mean, I'm sure it'll be fun, because the original is so much fun, too. But, yeah. Fae Farm, yada yada. It Takes Two looks good, of course. We got so many farm games. So many. Just Dance, Rune Factory, Ib, Tunic, Crisis Core, Reunion is cool. Yada yada, yada yada, Xenoblade... Tales of Symphonia Remastered. I bought this on Steam a while or forever ago, but it's not on Mac. So I finally got a Windows or something, and went to play it, and it wasn't playing right. My computer wasn't meant for games. So this is really cool. I hope it's not going to be like $40. That's probably what it'll be. Yada 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 yada. Raincoat looked alright. Yada 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 yada. This was funny. Fitness Boxing of the North Star. Oddballers looked fun. It looked fun. Yada yada, and supposedly that's it. Okay, so let's look. I really just want to talk about the Octopath thing. I know I said we'd probably look at Zelda or Fire Emblem, but no, I want to look at Octopath Traveler 2, baby! So happy about this. So happy. Let's turn system audio on if I can. Did my display just die? No, I'm still on. Okay. Oh, I love that theme. So this looks like it's like in 16-bit, because the original was an 8-bit or 16. This just, it looks like that there's more going on here, or at least with this character. It may still 32-bit, 16-bit. I don't remember the exact thing, but this is really detailed compared to the original. The characters look like they've been upscaled. I mean, these look like they're running like regular characters, but this guy here, the scholar, I think. So, but there's an inn, horseback, boats. I mean, like, they were cowboys.
Introducing a brand new game in the Octopath Traveler series. 8 new travelers embark on a journey through the land of Celestia. With that, we could realize a world without conflict.
Okay, so the warrior Hikari, which I believe is the word for light. It's the masculine version of the word light. But I could be wrong. Okay, so I really wonder... Actually, no, we're gonna watch the trailer and then we'll talk about it.
I'm going to become a star and bring smiles to people's faces, just like Mama.
I'm hitting the road. I'll be back once I eliminate that devil called poverty.
The man who took everything from me shall die by my hand.
Not again. Not this stench. The stench of blood.
Doubt is what I do.
Leave the hunting to me. You'll have all the tasty meat you want. I need to rediscover who I am.
Explore a wide world set in a bustling era.
The camera movements...
Each traveler's path action differs between day and night.
Oh! I missed that the first time.
What will happen when their paths intertwine?
What's that big road?
And what adventures await them in this new world?
Think I'd better say that, huh?
The 8 travelers each have their own story to tell. Where will their journeys lead them and you? Octopath Traveler 2 launches
So
on Nintendo
good.
Switch,
So
February
good.
24th, 2023.
Okay, and so first of all, it comes out in February, which is fantastic. A lot of these games I've noticed, because normally I remember back in like, video game, like E3 Populous Prime. So like 2014 to 2019, right? I remember they would give us a game announcement like a year and a half before the game came out. And like they would do speculation and stuff, and they would drive the news. That's just not happening now. Now we're getting game announcements, and then the game comes out in like 4 or 5 months. And quite frankly, I normally forget about the game like after like 2 months or so, just because I've been so busy with school and work and stuff. And then the game comes out, and I forget about it. So, but this is really cool. So, alright, so I didn't know about the day and night path action when I first watched the trailer. So, but let's look at this. Okay, so A Journey for Home, the warrior Hikari. So, I wonder if they're still going to do the noble and rogue, like, differentiation. Because in the original game, there's 8 characters, and you can split them up in a number, I think it's like 3 or 4 different ways. So, half of them are guys, half of them are girls, that's the first one. Half of them are noble characters, and half of them are rogue, so that's another. And then half of them have like the same path action, but they're one or the other, right? So like thieving and buying are like the same thing, or inquiring and what was Alphen's, or inquire and scrutinize are like the same one. So that's another. And there were others too, right? But those are like the main 3 that you can categorize them by. I think their weapons even too, like Tressa's lance and Ulbricht's lance and whatever, they all share weapons. But whatever. So there's at least like 3 different ways to categorize them. In the mobile game, you can do that, but there's just so many that there's not really a point in doing that, right? So, and like a lot of them share like similar tropes in the mobile game and stuff too. So I wonder how they're formatting or organizing the characters this time around. So here we have like, assuming that they're going to do noble and rogue, right? I don't know if they are, because the differentiation between night and day path actions makes you think that there's kind of going to be like a system, like in Shadow the Hedgehog, where you can be good or bad, right? Or like Stitch. In the original Lilo & Stitch movie, or even in Stitch Has a Glitch, you know, Stitch had a meter of how much good and bad he was doing. So this implies, the whole night and day path action thing, implies that you can do bad things at night and good things during the day. Depending on the character, of course, maybe. But, so Hikari, I'm going to say is noble. A journey for home, his name is Hikari, and then we can even listen to him, right?
Realize a world without conflict,
We could realize a world without conflict. Sounds very noble.
without bloodshed.
Without bloodshed.
I'm going to become a star.
Very noble. A journey for stardom. She looks happy, yada yada yada. Not like Primrose, where she was a dancer who was like abused and stuff. This girl seems very full of life.
And bring smiles to people's faces.
Yeah.
Just like Mama.
I'm hitting the road. I'll be back once I eliminate that.
This seems noble too, because he's very, I'm hitting the road, I'll be back once I eliminate that devil. Devil called poverty. And like he's smiling, and he seems like he's like very bright colors here. Normally they're darker for the rogue characters. So I'm gonna assume he's noble. But so is Tressa, and it kind of seems like they may be flipping things here. But I'm gonna assume noble.
Back once I eliminate that devil called poverty.
The man who took everything.
A Journey for Revenge, the scholar Oswald. Rogue. So is Cyrus, but rogue.
For me shall die by my hand.
Very vengeful. Very vengeful.
Not again.
Journey for Freedom. I guess this is Throne? I don't know how to do the accent. I'm assuming it's Throne. Very cute, very pretty. She's gonna be the waifu of the game, like how Primrose was the one before, or Honnet. Yeah, Throne. But yeah, she's Thief. Seems like she's probably rogue as well. The cleric, Timonos, he seems, I mean, what he says here,
Is what I do.
doubt is what I do,
Hunting to me.
sounds pretty roguelike in comparison to the rest of other clerics, of course, right? And then the hunter, Ochet? I don't know. Excuse me, but probably noble, if I had to guess.
All the
She
tasty
seems like a
meat you
child.
want. I need to read.
And then the apothecary, Costi, probably noble.
Discover who I am.
Yeah.
Explore.
An era, or a new era in a vast world. So yeah, this looks very Middle Age type deal. Or maybe even, like, early 1900s, like, peak of Industrial Revolution type deal. I love the camera angles changing. It reminds me of Paper Mario's camera angles.
Era. Each traveler's
Path actions for day and night. So he seems like he's getting ready to fight here. So maybe the challenge, path action, and then here he's bribing. So maybe they can mix and match. Rather than like Furion or Tressa, where they share a path action, it just, I mean, where, you know, how you go about doing it is different. Here, characters of different roles or classes, like Warrior, can do different path actions. So, kind of like, you couldn't do that in the original. Because in the original, is my display not working? There we go. In the original, you could give characters the classes. Like, you could make Furion a merchant, but he couldn't get the path action of being a merchant, right? Like, he couldn't buy from other people. That was a character-specific thing. So I wonder if that's the case here. But he seems like he can challenge and he can bribe. So,
path action differs between day.
okay, here we go. Get rid of the captions. Strength. Challenge. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's doing. And then bribe. Ha! I was right.
Our Lord knows well the ways of the world. What will happen when their
Intertwining stories.
paths intertwine?
What's that big roll?
Oh, wait. Okay, so those are the... Okay, so I was about to say, I don't think these are going to actually intertwine. Like, I think the original game, the character stories don't intertwine. There's a post-game subplot where, like, through the villains, all of the stories connect and intertwine. In the mobile game, you get a lot more connections, but not so much from the characters you're playing as, but again as the villains, right? So I was going to say in this video, I don't think the stories are actually going to intertwine from the characters. But if you look here,
Their paths intertwine.
What's that big roll?
here is Pertito, I guess is what we're calling him, the merchant character. But here's your scholar. Here's Oswald. And here's Throne. And then Timonos. Or wait, does she say his name?
Will happen when their paths intertwine.
What's that big roll?
Yeah, Timonos. So no, it seems like the stories actually coincide. Like they play one in another, which is really good because that was a critique of the original. I didn't mind it as much. I mean, it would have helped. But no, this is really nice.
And what adventures await them in this new world?
I think I found some sweet with that, huh?
The 8 travelers each have their own story to tell. Where will their journeys lead them? And you.
I don't remember characters moving in battle like the sprites,
To tell.
because there's a huge sword guy that moves like this, that swing,
And you.
and there's a mammoth too. Yeah, I don't remember that ever happening, so that's really cool.
Octopath Traveler 2 launches on Nintendo Switch.
So this is really great. I love this so much. Looks amazing. I'm in it for the story, of course, but I'm a huge fan of turn-based combat, so I'm gonna enjoy the game really regardless. This takes place in a new time. So this does seem like it's at the peak of Industrial Revolution, whereas before it was like Middle Ages, right? And this is in a different place. Well, it could be the same country, but like a different name, you know, type deal, like Gaul in France. But they showed off the map, actually. Let's see if we can get a glimpse at it. Here it is.
Travelers embark
No, it might be a different...
series.
This is really cool. This gives me hardcore Final Fantasy, like older Final Fantasy vibes. I love that. And then I guess you can build your own house. But no, okay, so this doesn't look like Orstera. Like, this is where Riptide or Rippletide, whatever would be, and then there's so much land missing here. So I don't think it's actually it. This is so different too. This is where Alphen's place should be, and then Theorion's would be right here. So I don't think this is Orstera. It could be. The mobile game does introduce you to a number of different continents. Hence the name, Champions of the Continent. So this could be one of those other continents. I know in the post-game, or like with some of the added content for Champions of the Continent, there's a warlord, and she's from a different continent. So this could be her continent or something. Really cool. So, anyways, yeah. That's the main thing I'm really into for this Direct is Octopath 2. That was my big hurrah, my big happy birthday, Jacob. Breath of the Wild is great too, as always. I just don't have as much to say about that. So Octopath is my big thing. I'm super happy about Octopath. What's this notification? Oh, yeah, Nintendo Direct. So, anyways, guys, that's going to conclude it for this video. I've got some other birthday stuff to do. But, yeah, I was super excited to do this. Oh, and then we got a PlayStation State of Play tonight. I'm not going to watch that. Well, I am going to watch it, but I'm not going to, like, go out of my way and make a video for it unless, like, something shows. Maybe Final Fantasy, if that happens, or Kingdom Hearts, but I don't really, need to. So, but yeah, super happy about this. Was a good Direct. Was a very, very good Direct. We got Mario Kart, we got N64, we got Breath of the Wild, we got Bayo, we got Pikmin, we got Octopath. We got a lot of farm simulators. Like, it was... But that aside, was a, 10 out of 10 Direct. Easy. Like, I would say this is probably one of, if not the strongest Directs, probably in years. So, at least during COVID. This is easily the best Direct since COVID. So... anyways, guys, long conclusion, but thanks for watching. This is Jake. I will see y'all later.